Love is often blamed on chance, on timing, on stars lining up, or fate deciding to be kind for once. But I don't believe that anymore. I believe love is a choice, a calm one, a brave one, a choice we make when it would be easier to walk away, and we stay. Love isn't fireworks every night, it's the light you leave on when someone's late, it's listening even when you're tired, it's choosing one person, again and again, in a world full of distractions. Luck might introduce two people, but love is what keeps them standing in the same place when life tries to pull them apart. Love is choosing patience over pride, honesty over comfort, commitment over fear. It's not about finding someone perfect. It's about seeing someone clearly, flaws, scars, silence, and still saying, I'm here. From love's point of view, nothing meaningful happens by accident. Real love is built with effort, with responsibility, with courage. Today, this isn't a speech about romance. It's about ownership, about choosing love when luck runs out, about becoming the kind of person who doesn't wait to be loved, but chooses to love. Because in the end, love isn't what happens to us. Love is what we decide to do. Love is often spoken about like it's an accident, like something that falls out of the sky, uninvited, unpredictable, and beyond our control. People talk about it as if it just happens to you one day, like rain, like winning something you never applied for. They say things like, we were lucky, or it was meant to be, or the timing was right, and for a long time that sounds comforting. It removes responsibility. It makes love feel magical, effortless, light. But the truth is, that version of love doesn't last very long. Because real love doesn't live in chance. It lives in choice. Love begins quietly, not with fireworks, not with promises shouted into the world, but with attention, with noticing someone, with seeing them when no one else is looking. And even that moment, the moment of noticing, is a choice. You choose to look again. You choose to listen longer. You choose to stay curious instead of distracted. Luck might place someone in your path, but love begins when you decide to stop walking past them. From love's point of view, nothing meaningful is accidental. Every connection deepens because someone decided it mattered. Every bond grows because someone showed up when it would have been easier not to. Love doesn't ask for perfection, it asks for presence. And presence is always a decision. There are days when love feels easy, days when laughter comes naturally, when conversation flows, when being together feels lighter than being alone. People often mistake those days for proof that love is real. But those days are not the foundation, they are the reward. The foundation is built on the days when it's hard, when you're tired, when you're misunderstood, when silence feels heavy and words don't land the way you meant them to. On those days, love doesn't magically appear, it waits for you to choose it. Choosing love means choosing patience when frustration would feel more satisfying. It means choosing understanding when being right would feel easier. It means choosing to stay in the conversation when walking away would protect your ego. Love is not luck because luck doesn't require courage. Love does. From love's point of view, commitment isn't a cage. It's an anchor. It's the thing that keeps you steady when emotions shift and storms pass through. Feelings change, energy changes, life changes. But choice remains available every single day. You wake up and decide whether love is something you practice or something you expect to be handed to you. Love doesn't survive on intensity, it survives on consistency, on the small, almost invisible decisions no one applauds. Sending the message, making the call, asking how their day really was and listening to the answer, remembering what matters to them, protecting their trust when they're not in the room. None of that is luck. All of that is choice. People often say they're waiting for the right person. But love isn't about waiting, it's about becoming someone who can choose another person even when the excitement fades into something quieter and deeper. Becoming someone who understands that love is not found, it's built, brick by brick, moment by moment. From love's point of view, the most romantic thing you can do is stay curious, stay kind, stay open, stay when life gets loud, stay when fear whispers that you could do better or easier or safer somewhere else. Love is choosing one person again and again. In a world that constantly offers distractions, luck might explain how two people met. It cannot explain why they grow together. Growth happens when two people decide to face themselves honestly, when they choose to heal instead of project, when they choose responsibility over blame. Love is not two perfect people finding each other, it's two imperfect people choosing not to give up. There's a quiet strength in choosing love. It doesn't announce itself. It doesn't need validation, it just shows up, day after day. Love folds laundry, Love waits in traffic. Love holds space for bad moods and hard truths. Love doesn't leave when things stop being cinematic. From love's point of view, romance isn't about grand gestures, it's about reliability, about being someone another person can lean on without fear. It's about safety, emotional safety, knowing that you can be honest without being punished for it, knowing that you can grow without being abandoned. That kind of love isn't lucky, it's earned. Love asks you to be brave in quiet ways, to apologize when you're wrong, to speak when you're afraid, to listen when you'd rather defend yourself, to choose empathy over instinct. Every one of those moments is a crossroad, and every time you choose love, you shape the relationship you're standing in. People fall in love by chance. They stay in love by choice. And staying is not passive, it's active, it's intentional. It's work that doesn't feel like work when your heart is aligned with your actions. From love's point of view, loyalty is not about possession, it's about care, about protecting something fragile because it matters to you, about understanding that trust, once broken, is hard to rebuild, and choosing behavior that honors it before it's tested. Love is choosing truth over comfort, growth over stagnation, depth over novelty. It's choosing to be seen fully even when that feels vulnerable, even when it risks rejection. Luck never asks you to be vulnerable. Love always does. There will be moments when love feels heavy, when doubts show up, when old wounds speak louder than the present moment. Love doesn't disappear then. It waits for your response, for your decision, for the choice to either repeat old patterns or create something new. From love's point of view, forgiveness is not forgetting. It's choosing to move forward without dragging yesterday into today. It's choosing healing over resentment. It's choosing peace over keeping score. Love is not a feeling you chase, it's a practice you live, a series of decisions that slowly turn into a shared life. And a shared life is built in ordinary moments, not extraordinary ones. Luck can't sustain intimacy, only choice can. Choosing to know someone deeply, choosing to let them know you, choosing to evolve together instead of growing apart. Love doesn't promise ease, it promises meaning. And meaning is something you choose to carry, even when it's heavy, because you know it's worth the weight. From love's point of view, the question isn't, was this meant to be? The question is, will you choose this, even now, even here, even when it costs you something? Because love is not what happens to you. It's what you do when the moment asks you to decide, when no one is watching, when the choice is yours, when you stand there knowing you could walk away or you could stay, and you feel the quiet pull of something real asking you to step forward and choose again. Not because it's easy, not because it's guaranteed, but because in that moment, love still feels like the truest thing you can reach for. People love to tell stories about how it all started, where they met, what day it was, what song was playing, as if that moment explains everything that came after, as if love can be reduced to a coincidence, a crossing of paths, a right place at the right time. Those stories are beautiful, but they are incomplete. Because beginnings are easy, staying is the part that reveals who you are. Luck may open a door, it may create a moment, it may place two people in the same room, the same city, the same season of life. But luck doesn't teach you how to speak kindly when you're hurt. It doesn't show you how to hold space when someone you love is breaking. It doesn't help you choose calm when emotions rise. Everything that matters after the first moment comes down to choice. From love's point of view, the meeting is just the introduction. What follows is a long series of decisions, some loud, most quiet. Decisions that no one sees, decisions that don't get celebrated, decisions that slowly shape whether two people move closer or drift apart. It's easy to be present when everything feels new, when attention comes naturally, when effort feels exciting. But love doesn't live in novelty, it lives in familiarity, in waking up to the same person with new responsibilities, new fears, new versions of yourself. And every time life changes, love asks the question, will you choose me again here? Choosing love means choosing consistency when motivation fades. It means choosing respect even in disagreement, choosing to pause before speaking, choosing to listen without preparing a defense. These choices don't happen once, they happen daily, sometimes hourly, and none of them are lucky. Luck doesn't teach you how to grow together. Growth requires intention. It requires self-awareness. It requires the humility to admit you don't have everything figured out. Love stays alive when two people choose to evolve instead of demanding the other stay the same. From love's point of view, distance doesn't always come from big betrayals. It comes from small neglects, from choosing distraction over presence, from choosing comfort over honesty, from assuming love will sustain itself without care. Love doesn't disappear suddenly, it fades when it's no longer chosen. Choosing love means choosing effort without keeping score. It means showing up without expecting applause. It means doing the work even on days when you feel unseen. Because love is not transactional. It's not about what you get back immediately, it's about what you build slowly. There are moments when walking away feels powerful, when protecting yourself feels like strength. Sometimes it is, but sometimes strength looks like staying open, like risking being misunderstood, like choosing repair instead of escape. Love doesn't ask you to abandon yourself, it asks you to bring your whole self into the choice. Luck can't help you repair after conflict. Only choice can. The choice to apologize sincerely, the choice to forgive without holding a weapon for later, the choice to rebuild trust through action, not words. Love grows stronger in repair, not in perfection. From love's point of view, commitment is not about obligation, it's about intention, about waking up and deciding that this connection matters enough to protect, enough to nurture, enough to prioritize, even when other options exist, even when temptation whispers that starting over would be easier. Choosing love means choosing depth over excitement, familiarity over fantasy, reality over illusion. It means understanding that no one person will meet every need and choosing partnership instead of idealization. Love doesn't need constant intensity, it needs stability. It needs to feel safe, safe to speak, safe to fail, safe to change. Safety is created through repeated choices that say, I'm not going anywhere just because this moment is uncomfortable. Luck may explain attraction, it cannot explain trust. Trust is built when words and actions align, when promises are kept, when presence is consistent, when someone becomes reliable not because they have to be, but because they choose to be. From love's point of view, loyalty is a daily decision. It's choosing your partner, even when they're not there to see it. Choosing boundaries, choosing integrity, choosing behavior that protects the bond you're building. Choosing love also means choosing yourself honestly, facing your patterns, your fears, your wounds. Love doesn't survive denial, it survives awareness. When two people choose to heal instead of harm, to grow instead of blame, something strong takes shape. There will be seasons when love feels quiet, not dramatic, not thrilling, just steady. Those seasons are not failures. They are proof that love has moved beyond luck and into something real, something grounded, something chosen. From love's point of view, endurance is romantic. Showing up after disappointment, staying kind after being hurt, continuing to care after the first rush fades. That kind of love doesn't happen by accident. Luck might bring two people together at the start, but only choice keeps them aligned when life pulls in different directions. Only choice keeps the connection alive when circumstances change, when pressure builds, when the easy version of love is no longer available. Choosing love means choosing responsibility for your impact, understanding that your words land somewhere, that your absence is felt, that your consistency matters. Love is not just how you feel, it's how you behave. From love's point of view, staying doesn't mean settling. It means deciding that what you're building matters more than what you might find elsewhere. It means investing where you are instead of fantasizing about what could be. Love is not proven by destiny, it's proven by decision, by the willingness to keep choosing each other in ordinary moments, in difficult conversations, in silence, in growth and change. Luck may open the story. Choice is what writes every page that follows.